Hello guys, welcome to Ramta Solutions and welcome to your grade 10 mathematics. Today on video 2 of your financial maths, we are looking at compound interest. Remember in video 1, we were looking at simple interest. So compound interest, when we talk of compound interest or what makes it different to simple interest is this. Interest for compound interest, it is calculated on the principal amount and on the accumulated amount. Okay, on the accumulated amount. Okay, so we are going to give meaning to this. Okay, now this meaning, we want us to give meaning to this definition. Okay, we want to give meaning to this definition by starting with a simple case. We are going to take that case, breaking it down like we have no formula, and finally derive a formula. Okay. Now we are saying, how about we think of a situation where we invest 1,000 rands? Okay. We are investing 1,000 rands. So our principal amount is 1,000 rands into an account paying 10% per annum. How much would we have after 4 years? Okay. So now we're going to start roughly without no formulas, and then we're going to derive formulas later. Okay, so how much would you have at the end of the first year? At the end of the first year, this is how much you would have. The money that you're depositing is 8,000. It gains interest, all right? It gains interest of 10%. 10% is 10 over 100, which is similar to 0.1. So this is 1,100, isn't it? This is 1,100, right? Now, for year two, what is happening now is this. Remember, we said compound interest. Interest is earned on the principal amount and on the accumulated amount. Now, for year 2, what was the closing balance of the previous year? Now becomes the opening balance, and it also gains interest. Okay? So what are we saying? We're saying this here, we will say 1,100 plus 1,100 gaining interest as well. All right? So 1,100 times 0.1, what is this? This is 11, 0, which is 1,010, right? Which is 110, not 1,010. So this could be 110. So it's roughly, let me see, I think it is 1,210. You guys have calculators, please confirm. 1,210, right? 1,210. So whenever you multiply with 10%, you just move to the right with 1 unit, and then you have your answer. Okay, so at the end of year 2, you have 1,210 rands. Remember, with compound interest, interest is earned on the principal amount and on the accumulated amount. Year 1, obviously, it'll be on the principal amount. Year 2, it'll be on the accumulated amount. Now let's go to the end of year 3. To the end of year 3, what will we have? I believe we had 1,210 rands plus 1,210 rands multiplied by 0.1. So what is this? This is 121. So guys, you have calculators. Please use your calculators. This must be 1,331, because this looks like 121, right? So 1,321. 31. Yeah, 1,331 rands. All right? 1,330. All right. 1,331 rands. All right? This is what you have at the end of year 3. Now let's see what you have at the end of year 4. At the end of year 4, remember, the closing balance of year 3 becomes the opening balance. So what is this? 1,331 rands plus 1,331 rands multiplied by multiplied by 0. What is this now? Remember, 10% of 1,331 is 131 rands and 10 cents. Okay, so 133,10. So what is this? This now becomes 1,400 and let me see, 1,464 rands 10 cents. Okay, so this is it, guys. Year 4, you have 1,464 rands and 10 cents. All right. So this is how much you are getting at the end of the 4 years. Okay, at the end of the 4 years. Okay, now note, remember, we defined principal amount and whatever. Ne? We defined the principal amount and the whatever. So, remember the accumulated amount, we call it A. All right. The accumulated amount, we call it A. Principal P. Principal amount P. Number of years L. And interest rate. Okay, interest rate, not just simply interest. Interest rate I. Now, let's derive a formula that will help us calculate this. Now, let's try to derive a formula. Now, let's try to derive a formula. Okay. So, we are going to say for year 1, the accumulated amount for year 1 will be the amount that you are investing plus that amount that you're investing multiplied by the interest rate. If you like, you can say this could be 1 plus I. Okay. For year 2, sorry, this is year 1. For year 2, accumulated amount of year 2 or the closing balance of year 2, it is what you had for year 1, all right, plus again what you had for year 1 gaining interest. What did you have for year 1? For year 1, you had this part here. I'm going to use it. P 1 plus I, close, plus again P into 1 plus I multiplied by I. Now what is this? As you can see, this, it's going to take me further. Common factor here, what is it? Common factor here is P1 plus I. What are you left with? 1 plus I, isn't it? You're left with 1 plus I. What does this tell you? This tells you have 1 plus I. Bases are the same, you add exponents. Exponent is 1, exponent is 1. So this becomes P open bracket 1 plus I close square. Happy? Now let's go to year 3. The accumulated amount or the closing balance for year 3 is closing balance for year 2, which now becomes opening balance plus again that opening balance gaining interest. All right. What is this? It was P into 1 plus I square plus P into 1 plus I square multiplied by I. As you can see, we have a common factor here, which is P into 1 plus I square. What are we left with? We are left with 1 plus I. Now, when bases are the same, we add exponents. What is this? This is 1 plus I cube, isn't it? This is P plus P multiplied by 1 plus I, close bracket, cubed. Right? Perfect. Now, let's get to year 4. Year 4, what is the accumulated amount? It'll be accumulated amount of year 3 plus accumulated amount of year 3 multiplied by the interest rate, which is P into 1 plus I to the 3 plus P into 1 plus I to the 3 multiplied by I. So what is this? Common factor P into 1 plus I to the 3 close 1 plus I. Alright? As you can see, when bases are the same, we add exponent. The exponent here is 1. This becomes P to the 1 plus I to the 4. Now, I want you guys to see that somehow there is a trend here. For year 1, look at the exponent here, it's 1. For year 2, look at the exponent here, it's 2. For year 3, look at the exponent here, it's 3. For year 4, look at the exponent here, it's 4. Therefore, generally, we can say this. So generally, we can say A is equal to the principal amount 1 plus I to the power n. Okay, so now you guys, by now you recall that A is the accumulated amount of the investment after some time. P is that amount that you depositing, investing, or that you loaning. I is the interest rate, and N is the number of years, right? N is the number of years. So now let's prove if the formula works. Okay, proving if the formula works. So proving if the formula works. Remember, if it doesn't work, we ditch it. So proving if the formula works, we are looking for this guy. They said the investment was 1,000 rand. It was gaining interest of 10%, which is 0.1, and then it was for 4 years. So now let's see, A equals P into 1 plus I to the n. Let's see, 1,000 rands into 1 plus 0.1 to the 4. Let's go. Check 1,000 rands into 1,1 to the 4. Get. So what did we get? We are getting 1,000 rands, 464 rands and 10 cents. Let's go back to check. Here is it. 1,464 rands and 10 cents. So it means the formula is working. Now guys, this is one of the reasons why you are doing mathematics. It is for this particular reason that when it is a long procedure manually, you can come up with a formula that will simplify things. Okay, so we're going to try 2 examples. Okay, we're going to try 2 examples. So we're going to try 2 examples. Example number 1, we're going to say 40,000 rands is deposited into an account with an interest rate of with an interest rate of 12% annum, 12% per annum. I'm going to write in brackets compounded. Okay? Compounded interest. Okay? How much will there be in the account after, should we try 5 years? Let's try 5 years. After 5 years. Okay. Now I'm going to try a different example. I don't want to try that one. Let me try an example from, let me try an example from what we had earlier. I want to see here which ones I had. I'm not sure. I'm not happy with them. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to calculate interest rate here. Okay, but let me try it. So we're going to say, okay, let's try to calculate interest rate. So, an investment doubles after 8 years. Okay? An investment doubles after 8 years. Calculate its interest rate. Okay. Calculate its interest rate. Calculate its interest rate. I'm going to say compound. In brackets, calculate its interest rate. Okay. And then you can also have an example where we say maybe perhaps let's find the number of years. Okay. Let's find the number of years. I think I should try that. From the examples we had earlier. The number of years, no, we shouldn't do the number of years. It's okay. Because in grade 11, you use trial and error method. So let's not do that. Okay. We'll have a video dedicated to this. In fact, in grade 10, you don't calculate number of years for compound interest. Okay. So you'll have to wait for grade 11. And in grade 12, you will be masters. Now, let's go. Solutions. And now our solutions, let's see now. Number 1, 40,000 is deposited. This means P is 40,000. And then interest rate is 12% per annum. So it's 0.12. Remember, 12 over 100, 0.12. How much will there be in the account after 5 years? So this guy accumulated is unknown and is 5. Now what do we say? A equals P into 1 plus I to the N. How much was deposited? 40,000 rand. And interest is 0.12. Interest rate is 0.12. The number of years is 5. Let's go. 40,000 rand multiplied by 1,12 close to the power of 5. What do we get? Ooh, you're getting 70,493 rand and 67 cents. Okay, we are getting 70,493 rand and 67 cents. Okay, let's check example number 2. An investment doubles after 8 years. Calculate the interest rate. Okay. So, for it to double, it doesn't matter if you say A is equal to 2P, because I want to say you are investing any amount. Okay, you are investing any amount. So even if you don't put a value of P, it doesn't matter. Okay, A is equal to 2P. And then I think we are looking for I. Okay, we are looking for I, and then N is 8 years. N is 8 years, and then I is unknown. P is P. Okay, so we will say A equals P into 1 plus I to the N. What is this? This is 2P equals P into 1 plus I to the power 8. Now 2P divided by P becomes 2. Right, becomes 2. We are left with All right. Now, you guys know that when you are working with a power, you can make it. I remember when the power was 2, you used to make it square root. Now it's a power 8. So you're going to make it an 8th root. Okay. You're going to make it an 8th root. So what is an 8th root of 2? Giabuane, eighth root of 2. Azish, 1,0905077733. So I don't recommend that you round off in the middle of calculations. Round off at the end of your calculations, okay? So if you happen to round off, because no one has time to be writing 15 decimal place or 15 values or 15 decimal places, right? So rather maybe work with 5. It won't affect your solutions that much. In fact, you will get the same answer with 2 decimal places. Okay, all right. So this is eighth root of 2 is 1,0905077733. All right. Now what is this? As you can see, we can therefore say I is 0,0905077733. Multiply this by 100. When you multiply this by 100, what does it give you? It gives you that I is 9.05% per annum. So this is how you calculate your interest rate. Okay, this is how you calculate the interest rate. Okay, guys? So we have come to the end of our session. Remember, if you would like to get in touch with us, visit our website www.ramtasolutions.co.za. When you visit our website, you will see all these icons in this order. You can click on any of them. With these, you can follow us on your favorite social media platforms. And of course, you are possibly watching on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends as well. And if you would like to get a tutor, please select one of these 2 icons. You can talk to us on WhatsApp or you can send us an email. And please, guys, may it be your parents that are communicating with us with regard to you looking for tutors. Okay, please. Let it be that when you communicate with us looking for tutors, your parents are aware, or let them be the ones that are communicating with us. Okay, because they are the ones that are paying for the services. Okay, so this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and you will be able to ace your examinations. So with that being said, it's a wrap and bye-bye.